Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be traveling. We're going to be having a culinary experience all through my mouth. And today we are going to Korea because honestly, I am always craving Korean food. It just felt right to me. So a traditional Korean breakfast is usually like a hearty soup with some rice, some side dishes. I thought we would go to one of my favorite Korean spots. It's called Hanbat, and they specialize in seolleongtang. So in front of me, I've got my seolleongtang, which is a ox bone soup. Inside, we've got beef, glass noodles, and some green onions. And then I've got my white rice. And of course, Hanbat has the best kimchi. Like, their hard radish kimchi is so delicious. This gakdugi is like liquid gold. So they've provided some extra green onions, which I'm just going to generously splosh. The restaurant also packed in a little bit of salt so you can season it to your liking. They also provided some like red spicy sauce if you wanted to make it spicy. But what I like to do is I like to mix the kimchi inside. It's a whole process. All right, let's try the soup now. Perfect. It's really common just to like plop the rice inside the soup. I like to do it halfway at a time because I like my soup to be really soupy. The broth is so rich, hearty. It's absolutely delicious. Beef, nice and soft. Sometimes I even put a little bit of kimchi juice inside the soup. It has a little something. So today we're gonna be traveling to Mexico and we're gonna be having a typical Mexican breakfast. Now, this is actually where I got some help from y'all. I went on the gram and I asked y'all, what is a typical Mexican breakfast? And so many of you guys said chilaquiles and huevos rancheros. Both dishes I haven't had in so long, so I'm so stoked to order it. We're actually heading to a new spot that I've never been to called El Zarape, so I'm very excited. This was highly recommended by the internet. So we're back at home and I've got this delicious Mexican feast in front of me. Over here, we've got the chilaquiles. I went for the one with the tomatillo sauce because I always like the green sauce over the red. So this dish is fried tortilla pieces covered in salsa and cheese, and there's a fried egg on it. And then over here, we've got the huevos rancheros, which is a dish with fried eggs over corn tortillas and lots of warm salsa. They also provided me with some rice, beans, and some extra tortillas right over here. So I'm gonna try the huevos rancheros first. I'm actually not sure if this is how you're supposed to eat it, but since the one on the bottom's so soggy, I'm just gonna help it out. It kind of just tastes like a breakfast taco. All right, so let me just try it straight out of the plate. Very straightforward. Oh, this has got a nice kick to it, actually. All right, so here we have the chilaquiles. I did put these in the air fryer, but I don't think it did much. These aren't very travel friendly, unfortunately. I think this would be best right when it was hot and ready to go, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, this would have been really great if it was a little bit crunchy. Right now, it just tastes like a lot of mush. These are supposed to be crispy, right? But yeah, it's a little bit underwhelming because they're just mush. It's tasty mush though. I feel like this is the type of spot where it makes sense for you to just eat there when it's fresh and ready because it just didn't keep well, especially these dishes. So it's actually pretty gloomy today, so I thought that we would travel to Vietnam and have a Vietnamese breakfast. And so the most popular answer I got for a Vietnamese breakfast was pho. And I am freaking stoked about this because this is exactly what I'm craving for this weather. It's cold, it's nippy, it's dreary, so pho seems like the solution to brighten up my spirits. So today we're heading to one of my favorite local spots called Pho Cafe. It's here in the heart of Silver Lake. Ooh, oh my god, I am so excited to dig in. So in front of me, I've got my vegetarian pho. I thought I would go for a pescatarian route today. It's got this delicious vegetarian broth, bok choy, shiitake mushrooms, and I think some normal like crimini mushrooms. I forgot what these are called. And then of course, delicious noodles underneath here. They were so lovely enough to pack some bean sprouts, some Thai basil leaves, some limes, and some jalapenos. And because greed got the best of me, I also ordered some shrimp spring rolls. This is really exciting because I know exactly what this all tastes like. It's gonna be good, y'all. Even though this is a vegetarian broth, it's so rich and complex. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of limes, add a basil leaf. Might as well throw these 2 jalapenos in. Does anyone eat their noodles like this? Where they carefully place it in the spoon? I'm gonna try some of this goikun. Come here, you. Actually, I'm gonna eat the smaller one. I'm gonna save the big one for Ben. All right, dip it in the peanut sauce, of course. I love the vermicelli noodles, the lettuce, the shrimp. It's also perfect. I feel like pho is the perfect to-go food because it preserves really well. The noodles are separate, the broth is separate, and then if it gets cold, you just heat it all up so easily. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Good morning! So today we are heading to Japan to enjoy a traditional Japanese breakfast. Now, I have been on the specific hunt for that traditional Japanese bento breakfast, the one with like the fish, the little egg, the rice, the miso soup, and so I found a little spot in Little Tokyo called Azai, and they have what I'm looking for. Alright, so here I have my delicious Japanese breakfast. We've got the broiled fish of the day, and I think it's mackerel, but we'll have to double check. And then we've got some rice with some purple seasoning on it. We've got some pickled vegetables. We've got an egg, and I believe we've got some mushrooms here. And then lastly, we've got my delicious bowl of miso soup. Itadakimasu. All right, let's have a bite. It is mackerel. This is such a slept-on fish. Not enough people order it. So delicious. Okay, let's try some of the egg. I'm actually not sure what this is. It's something pickled. I love Japanese breakfast because there's such a variety to all the dishes. If you get bored with the fish, you can have some of the egg. If you get bored with the egg, you can get a little bit of pickle. It's amazing. So unfortunately, this is our final breakfast together, and we are going to be heading to France this morning. So the most common answer I got for a French brekkie were croissants and a coffee. Both sound amazing right now. And so I did some research, and one of the best French bakery spots I found was called Figaro Bistro, and apparently the pastries there are absolutely delicious, so let's head on over. All right, folks, we've got 4 delicious pastries in front of me. I wanted to have some options to show you guys. So we'll start off with the first one. We've got a normal, plain croissant. And then next we have the croque monsieur croissant, which is the ham and cheese croissant. By the way, I am so sorry for butchering these French pronunciations. I did look them up. I have it on my phone here, but it's still so hard to freaking pronounce. But yeah, I'm sorry. So here we have the croque monsieur croissant. And then next up, we've got an almond croissant. This one actually has quite a bit of weight to it, so I don't know what's inside, but this one looked really pretty. And then lastly, we have the pain au chocolat, which is a chocolate croissant. And I also have a cup of coffee to pair with my pastries. So I'm gonna start off with the regular croissant first. So that's what it looks like inside, lots of holes. This is good, right? I don't know anything about bread. Nice and flaky on the outside, chewy in the middle. Very, very buttery. And so delicious. Wow. Très bien. Now I'm gonna try the ham and cheese one. So I got a nice slice in the middle. We've got the ham inside. We've got cheese on top. Croissant everywhere. Let's give it a bite. The cheese is nice and salty. The ham is just It's just ham. I actually don't know how breakfasty this one is. I just wanted a savory option. I think I'm gonna put the rest in the air fryer and enjoy it that way. I'm gonna try the almond croissant now. As you can see, there's not as many pockets of air. It's filled with something. I like this one. It's got this almond filling inside that's sweet. It's almost like, it kind of reminds me of like a sweet potato. And finally, let's go in for the chocolate one. Oh, this one's really airy. Honestly, it just tastes like this with some chocolate inside. The chocolate's nice and soft. It's got the delicious, buttery, flaky croissant on the outside. This is a recipe for success. It's gonna taste good, dude. Oh yes, I would say out of all these 4 pastries, the almond one is my favorite. The thing with croissants is that you're gonna make a mess. You're guaranteed to just have flakes everywhere. And that's exactly what I've done.
I'm the real winner in this video. Because after Jen stopped filming, she's got leftovers. And you know, waste not, want not. We gotta get rid of it. That's where I come in. I come upstairs to 4 pastries. Just do more of these, babe.